down the left-hand side. How about that step and pace off the mark? Short ball, try! Chance favours the Brave. How good was that?
What a brilliant try.
Both sides have thrown everything at it in the last 80 minutes. Another great example of why we love the great game of rugby league.
Three weeks of qualifiers, 11 weeks of round robin, all leads us to today's grand final day, the Fox Memorial Premiership Grand Final. Kia ora, kia ora, talofalava, bulavanaka, maluelelei. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to the third of our grand finals for today in our Auckland Rugby League Premiership Grand Finals Day. We've got the Fox Memorial Premiership Final ahead of us, the Otahuhu Leopards taking on the Mount Albert Lions. My name is Joseph Green and I'll be taking you through the action today. Alongside me, Nigel Rattray and Jono Ngan Wu. Gentlemen, we've survived the first two games, but now we get to the third game of the day and the weather gods have taken a bit of a turn for the worse, Nigel.
Well, I've got to say, mate, the weather has sort of, come on now, but look, it is still a firm track out there. It's going to be a little bit of slippery, and we've seen the Steeden get sort of dropped out a few times. So respect to the pool today, I say.
Yeah, it's going to be a day where we're going to need to look after the ball. And Jono, as we've seen in the last two games, they've been absolute humdingers. They've come right down to the wire, and no doubt we're probably going to expect the same in this one.
That's right. It's been a great game of rugby league grassroots. Oh, we've had the first game, which is the Charming Cup, Otara Scorpions taking home the trophy, and then the Papakura Sea Eagles overcoming the Lionesses and taking home the trophies. The South Auckland Tamaki Makaurau teams have taken two trophies down the Southern Motorway. Could this be the third one? Could the third one go down to Richmond Park, to Otahuhu Leopards? It's going to be a game.
As we take a look at the leaderboard after we wrapped up the regular season, Otahuhu going through the season undefeated. And what a season they had, Nigel, to go through the season undefeated and take home the Rukutai Shield for 2025.
Well, when we saw them quite a few weeks ago against Manukau, you can see why they're top of the table and unbeaten. But then we've seen today, even with the Raiders, that going unbeaten all season means nothing. It comes down to today, mate.
Exactly right. And we take a look at Mount Albert, who, whilst they finished second on the ladder, they had a bit of a slip-up against Te Aratu back in round two. And when they clashed against Otahuhu earlier on in the season, they didn't quite get the job done, but like we saw this morning, it doesn't account for a whole lot. As we take a look at the Mount Albert lineup, a team not with as many names as the Otahuhu side we may see later on, but Jono, when we take a look at the seamless, who are some guys that we can watch out for this afternoon?
Yeah, we've got season pros there. Number 7, Dion Fraser. His little brother Marcus is sitting on the bench as well. Marcus Fraser as well. They've also got Chaz Brown, and number 4. He's a season Fox Pro as well, out in the centres. He's going to be strong all day. He's no stranger to Grand Finals 40, winning a few Fox, both with Glenora and Point Chevalier Pirates.
Yes, and we managed to catch up with their coach beforehand, Trent Wallace. As we take a look at the Otahuhu team list now as well, Nigel, like we just mentioned, Otahuhu side stacked full of names who have played either professionally or semi-professionally.
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head there, mate. They've got a great sort of, young people coming through, but you got Jamal Hunt, you got the Hunt brothers there, Phoenix and Jamal, but then coming off the bench, you got Albert Vete and... these boys use their forwards, well throughout the year, and I think Mount Albert's going to have work on their D today.
Yeah, exactly right. Let's take a look at the thoughts that the coaches had beforehand. First up, we'll hear from Mount Albert coach Trent Wallace. Grand final, but also the head coach now of Mount Albert Lions, Trent Wallace. It's been a bit of a while since Mount Albert's been in the final. How have preparations been this week?
Yeah, it's been really good. I think the boys have been nice and relaxed, but focused, which is kind of the main thing, right? I think they're ready for it. It's a good day for the club with the ladies on out here as well. So, yeah, should be in for a good one, I think.
You've played the Otahuhu boys a couple of times this season as well, and there have been some pretty tight tussles. You're probably the closest club that's come to Otahuhu apart from last week. How do you think that stacks up in your favour, and does that change much of the messaging going into the grand final?
Yeah, I mean, it does. I think the boys have the confidence that they know they can do it, which I think is the key. It's not like it's an unbeatable team. They've got 13 players on the field at one time. But yeah, Otahu's obviously not lost the game all year, right? So they're here for a reason, but I think we can get one over them today.
We haven't seen the Shield travel back to Felds Park since 2012, and you're probably playing in that grand final as well. Where do you think your team will get the job done to take the Shield back?
I think we'll, as long as we defend well, start the game well, and then play our style against Otahuhu, I think that's what will get us there in the finish line at the end.
All the best, and hope you get the chocolates at the end.
Cheers, thanks, bud. Thank you.
Tusa, head coach of the Otahuhu Leopards. It's been a bit of a while since the club has made the grand final and been successful in the grand final. How have the preparations been around the club leading into this afternoon?
Yes, the history of our club is 2011 was the last time we were in Fox final, but unfortunately we went down to Howick, but 2010 we won it. But the guys understand the history, but we're talking about the thing we spoke about is creating our own history for our team.
Lots of experience in the side as well. You only have to look at the likes of Sebastian Ikuhi for Alba Vete, who have had pretty storied careers and higher honours. How do you guys like that, as well as the number of other guys who have played semi-professionally, fit into the side and bring that experience back to grassroots?
Yeah, but they've been great with these new guys that have come into our team, and they built a strong foundation. But also people got to remember that this team has been together for the last 4 years, and we've more matured now, and we understand how it's not easy to get to a Fox final, and how hard it is to win one. So with those guys being in the team, we've had a really good foundation. The chemistry's right, and the culture's really good.
It's great to see the Leopards back in the grand final, and hopefully we can see them get the chocolates this afternoon. What do you think it'll take to get the boys to bring the Shield back to Birmingham for the first time in a while?
Just sticking to our process, our 4 Ps, physicality, present, patience, and pressure. But just sticking to our process and playing our game.
All the best this afternoon, and hopefully we see the Shield head back out south.
Okay, thank you.
Great to hear some insights from our Fox Memorial coaches, Tusa Lafaele for Otahuhu, and as well as Trent Wallace for the Mount Albert Lions. We're going to take a quick break, refuel ourselves before we get into the action. Don't go too far. Fox Memorial Premiership Grand Final coming to you shortly.
Mr. Kiwi Made here, and today we're at Health Basics. We reckon they've been making body wash right here in Aotearoa for over 30 years.
Health Basics are truly New Zealand made. Buying anything else would be un-New Zealand.
Welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen, to Trust Arena for your Fox Memorial Premiership Grand Final. And as we saw before the ad break, Nigel, hearing from Coach Trent Wallace for Mount Albert Lions, they know that the Otahuhu Leopards are going to come out quite physical, and they're just going to try and combat that and defend really well to try and take the shield back to Felds Park.
Yeah, exactly, mate. The Lions are a young side coming through, rebuilding again. So to take these Otahuhu guys on, as I said, they've got to. Defence is going to be the game for Mount Albert today.
Yeah, and Jono, when we talked to Coach Tusa Lafaili, they had a really tough matchup last weekend against Papakura. They really took them to the wire. And all they're going to try and do this weekend against the Mount Albert Lions is just knock the door down through the middle and then allow their back line to play off the back of that space.
Yeah, that's right, Joey. Otahuhu will be just bashing the Lions today up the middle. They're going to use their forwards where they have used them all season. They're going to be strong up front. I'm just going to say it's going to be decided through the middle today.
Yeah, exactly right. And as we get into our final preparations, before our grand final gets underway, the crowd's starting to pack in, albeit at the top of the stands underneath their cover, where we're lucky enough as well to be on the opposite side to them under a great cover of trailer as well. So it's going to be an exciting game. Nigel, will come to you first. How are we thinking this grand final is going to play out this afternoon?
Well, Joey, that's why they got you sitting in the middle of me and BJ, because I'm through and through. I'm a Mount Albert man, and so I'll be back in the lines. And I'm going for my team, the Mount Albert Lions. What happens on grand final day is what happens on grand final day. Anything can happen.
BJ, we've backed the South Auckland sides all day. Are we looking the same this afternoon, or are we jumping the fence and jumping over to the Mount Albert Lions?
Mate, I'm staying over the fence in the South Auckland arena. I will be backing the team from the south, from Mount Richmond Park, Otahuhu. I'm an ex-Otahuhu Leopards player. And I will be backing the team and the club all the way this afternoon.
Yeah, that's why you're in the middle of us, Joey, to keep us apart, brother.
You're the referee,
You're like
Joey.
the hooker out of the two props on your side there. Who are you going for, Joey?
Rugby League's going to be the winner at the end of today. As we see the boys making their way down to the field, a couple of the players that we want to touch on leading into kickoff in a few minutes' time. We look at the likes of Sebastian Nikakahifo. Firstly, he played 39 games of NRL for the One New Zealand Warriors. Then plied his trade in the United Kingdom for 10 years. Playing 140 games for the Huddersfield Giants, as well as 32 games for the Salford Red Devils, who are in a bit of strife at the moment. Jono, when you see a player like that taking the field, what does that make you think if you're a Mount Albert Lion having to go up against someone who only retired from professional football last year?
Oh, I reckon I would be. I'd be nervous, to be honest. As an ex-player, I would be nervous around that experience, both international and national and homegrown talent. I think Sebastian's going to really come out firing. He's a seasoned pro. So, yeah, if I was a Mount Albert Lion, I'd be worried.
Now, let me jump the fence to you, Nigel, and take a look. If you're an Otahuhu defender, looking at the likes of Buddha Doyle in at hooker and Solomon Vasuvalangi in the 13 jersey as well. Buddha, spent a couple of years at the St. George Dragons in 2022 and 23, as well as playing reserve grade for the Warriors in 2023 as well. Solomon Vasuvalangi's played reserve grade as well. So, two guys who are going to be massive in the middle for the Otahuhu or for the Mount Albert Lions today. How do you think they're going to front up to the challenge of that Otahuhu forward pack?
Well, last time we commentated, Buddha Doyle, he got player of the day there, and that's why he's co-captain. He's going to lead by example, mate. And being at hooker, part of the spine there, I'm looking for some good dummy half runs and just to control the play there. But, when you read about Ekahifo and his CV, wow, it's big there. But Mount Albert Lions in the arm wrestle.
It's going to be a massive matchup this grand final this afternoon. We take a look at when the last time these two sides have been in grand finals. They played each other in 2010, and that was the last time we saw Otahuhu lift the Fox Memorial Shield. That occasion in 2010 being 22-18 to the Leopards, compared to Mount Albert, who haven't won a title since 2012, and that was quite the runaway victory for them in that grand final. As we see the boys making their way out onto the field, led by their captains respectively, and Jamal Hunt and Buddha Doyle. What a matchup this is going to turn out to be.
Well, John, I know both clubs at the moment, the people will be in the club rooms or in the stands, but, this rivalry goes way back to the 80s when you got the Owen Wrights versus the Shane Coopers and all this, and the Bartica. But, now they're out here again on the battlefield again. And I'm sorry, Jono, but you ready? It's the rumble in the jungle, baby.
It's the battle of the cats.
It's the Lions versus the Leopards.
It's the battle of the cats, and I was part of that campaign back in 2010 with Richie Blackmore and the team. Sema Mataroa was the captain that led Otahuhu to that victory. Could this be another one? I am putting my money and my house and even my car on the Otahuhu Leopards.
Well, before we get into the action this afternoon, we've got a few acknowledgements that we must make, not only for the wider Auckland Rugby League game with the passing of Neville Kesha, but for Otahuhu. They've got an extra special reason to be having a chance at cracking the grand final this afternoon, BJ.
That's right. So we're going to send out our condolences to the Carmont family. Paul Carmont passed away this week. So today we're going to have a minute's silence. His wife, Sarah Carmont, is a life member of Otahuhu. His son and daughter-in-law, Premier Coach and Manager, George Carmont and Ana Sialau. His granddaughter is in our Premiership women's team as well, Avery Carmont. His great-nephew is in our Premier team, Connor Toroa Purcell as well. And their uncle is also the president, and it's Stephen Purcell as well. So our thoughts and prayers go up to the Carmont family.
I'm not going to blow the whistle. Just a minute.
Well, the stage is set for, like we mentioned, the rumble in the jungle. When we take a look at the Otahuhu side as well, from the stint they had in the Sharman Cup, BJ, back in 2017, they've got 4 survivors from that side, so they somewhat know what a level of success in a grand final appears to be, in the likes of Connor Purcell, Emiliano Mikaele, who he's been around the Otahuhu club for a very long time, Atanasio Kuia as well, and also Ben Wharton-Benedict, who probably would have still been quite young when he was in that Sharman Cup side, BJ.
Yeah, that's right. They have come from the trenches, from Sharman Cup, so they know what it's about being in those trenches and working really hard. There'll be no stranger to a good fight, so this is Otahu's time to shine. They've worked hard. Tusa Lafayette has worked hard at that club for the last couple of years, building this team, so this is the team to do it today.
And on the Lions front, Nigel, they've only got the one survivor from their last grand final appearance in 2019 on the field today, Marcus Fraser being the sole survivor, as well as Trent Wallace, who's now in the head coaching role. So,
well, I mean, look, they've lost their captain, Rory Ropati, early in the season, and Aidan Ackland moving over to greener pastures in Australia. So, yeah, it's a rebuilding time for Mount Albert. But, hey, the young Lions are at a grand final, Joe.
The young Lions into the grand final, and we're underway. Paua Papuni Abbott's getting us underway, and a decent carry to get us underway in this grand final, working his way up to about 15 metres out. Tommy Beale getting in for an early carry as well, and they find one of the absolute giants in this Mount Albert forward pack, and David Jardine Ngauamo, who only returned to the club this year after a stint over in Australia with his brother Ethan as well. Over the 30-metre mark now is Mount Albert. Doyle goes back to Papuniaba for his second carry of the set. As you're getting towards that 40-metre mark, Doyle out of dummy half gets to an early kick in the set as well. Works their way down to Miliano Mikaele.
See, looking at the kick there from Doyle, I don't think he wanted to do that. He did a show and go, but then the smarts of him, the football, then he gets a kick in.
Yeah, had to get something away to Doyle as Viliami Kuli gets up towards the 40-metre mark now for Otahuhu, a Manly Jersey Fleet representative back in 2023. Andrew Nansen getting up towards halfway now. One of the smaller bodies on the field, but you wouldn't think that's how he is with some of his carries. Up over halfway now is the Leopards.
Here he goes, Hunt.
Jamal Hunt leading from the front and getting them up towards the 30-metre mark. Getting to a quick play the ball as well. They find Whakatomafi eventually. The ball goes astray, but still gets to a kick. There's Willie Whakatomafi and Aitu and Lepo Paualaisa in a bit of a wonder there for Mount Albert at the back, but they get on it eventually in a...
Yeah, you got to try and take those balls on the full there, Joe. You can't let it bounce around in that place. But look, Otahuhu sticking to how they've done it all year. They're just going one off the ruck and big boys. So Mount Albert did well on D. She's going to be a real good rumble, this one.
Knocking on the door very early is the Otahuhu Leopards side, but the Lions come to the right to Chaz Brown, and he gets driven back well by Whakatomafi, as well as Atanasi Okuya, and a big carry there for the Lions that time through.
Here you go, the blue wall, Otahuhu Leopards, but it's forced a penalty.
Jeremiah Potu with a massive carry there to earn his Lions the first penalty of the day, and he's a damaging ball carrier, as Jeremiah Potu was the winger of the year in the Fox Memorial competition last year, so we know he's going to be dangerous out on that left edge for the Mount Albert Lions.
Yeah, now the Lions get the opportunity to take the ball in the Otahuhu half.
That time they find their way back towards the middle. Through Paua Papuniya, but he spent a bit of time over in Cronulla and their Jersey Fleet system as well, but he's found his way back home to Mount Albert. They come wide to Chaz Brown up over the 40-metre mark now, and Johnson finds Doyle, who plays back towards the middle. Vasavalangi gets it eventually away to Jari Ngawamo. He's a damaging body, and he's going to be one to front up against this Leopards pack as well. Doyle finds Dion Fraser. Plays off to Lirikai Posimani. He was dangerous in their semi-final last week, and he's going to be a handful again for this Leopards pack today. Doyle goes to Fraser, who takes the line on, plays short to Thompson Kardina. Gets the offload away, but it doesn't quite go to hand to his winger, Jeremiah Potu. And we're going to see Otahuhu survive that scare there, BJ.
Yeah, they were coming in hard, but look at that. Look at this replay here. The Otahuhu Leopards right edge there, just giving him the big don't argue, you won't be coming through here. What a D-line.
It's always a dangerous play there because, Mount Albert had ball in hand and in broken play, anything can happen. But luckily for Otahuhu, they got the pill.
They survived that set though, Otahuhu, and they're working their way back up the field. That time through Mikaele. Cale Johnson looks like he's taken a bit of a knock to the head. He hasn't come off best for wear and that one, and we see why Mikaele has been in the New South Wales Cup system with the Warriors beforehand.
Yeah, Johnson there just got really low in that tackle and suffered a bit of a head knock there, but medical staff attending to him right now, checking him out. Safety for our players is a priority here at Auckland Rugby League.
Now there's a few interesting stories, or storylines rather, coming out of this game. When we take a look at our concerned player at the moment, Cale Johnson. 11 years ago, he was playing at Mount Albert Grammar alongside a prop in the Otahuhu forward pack by the name of Connor Purcell. So to go up against one of your best schoolmates from way back then in a setting like this, it's going to create for some very friendly encouragement, won't it, BJ?
That's right. Friendly fire.
That's a nice way to put it, Joey.
Very nice way to put it, as Cale Johnson's all right, and we get back underway. That time through Ika Ifo, who takes 3 to stop, but he still gets to a quick play the ball. They find their way to Kuia through the middle as well, and like we've said, they're just knocking down the front door through the middle of this Mount Albert forward pack. Hakarai gets to a kick, and an interesting change Hadu have had to make, bringing Boston Hakarai in just a day after he finishes concussion protocol, so he hasn't played for the last 3 weeks, but interesting to see him get a run in the grand final again as Mount Albert work their way back up over the 20-metre line, and John I2 earns a penalty for Mount Albert, the second one of the day, Nigel.
Yeah, the second one of the day. Probably Otahuhu put themselves under pressure there. Look, the good thing is, Joey, now the weather's had a nice break, and the 2 games beforehand were good. So hopefully we can get a bit of dry weather football out here.
It's not a Fox final without a bit of rain, guys. The last couple of finals, it's been raining.
Exactly right. We remember last year at Mount Smart, it was a very wet day, as well as the year before. So we know what wet Fox Memorial Grand Finals are like,
Yes,
but hopefully
indeed.
the weather gods can turn it on today. Vasuvalangi goes out to Johnson, who plays to his back rower, Tommy Beale, who just settles the attack. Doyle in at dummy half, goes Jinx to the right, but plays back to the left to Papuni Abbott. This is going to be a bumper matchup through the middle as Papuni Abbott and Vasuvalangi, as well as Jardine Ngauamo taking on that Otahuhu forward pack. Doyle plays at the back to Fraser, who fakes the pass and takes it himself into contact, trying to find a quick play the ball, and loses the pill in the end. Dion Fraser just trying to go a bit too quickly there, Nigel.
Yeah, he was just trying to rush the play the ball there. I mean, we all try and get a quick play the ball in, but ball security is everything. And Mount Albert, we're in a good position, but unfortunately giving away the pill here. So
as we take a look at the replay here, Dion Fraser tries to get up, just gets his feet tangled into the Otahuhu defender on the ground and loses position. And I think we can all agree with the referee's decision on that one. Otahuhu now with a good chance to work their way back up the field and put this Lions side under a whole heap of pressure as we work off the scrum. They go left to Whakatamafi. Fakes it to Sione Fiao and finds Viliami Kuli in the end. Great line speed off the scrum there from Mount Albert Lions, and great marker work there from Johnson, but Andrew Nansen finds his way past, and they lift the little boy up and they drag him back an extra couple of metres. Those Chaz Brown and Vasuvalangi, teammates from their days at Glenora as well, and great to see them back in a Mount Albert jumper. And Jamal Hunt gets to a quick play the ball as well and earns his team their first penalty of the day, BJ, and they're gonna be knocking on their front door like we've been saying all afternoon. It's gonna take carries like that from Jamal to get them penalties like we saw.
That's right. Jamal Hunt, captain for the Otahuhu Leopards, will lead all day. He will go all day. Watch him. Don't worry about the gas. He's got lots today. Here they come now. Otahuhu charging, knocking on that door.
Waiomani back up over that 30-metre mark of the Lions half. Nicky Hefel getting another carry, and he's probably already had about 5 in this first 10 minutes, so great to see him busy. Phoenix Hunt at a dummy half. Gets close to the try line. Momentum doesn't quite get him over the line, and he loses possession of it there. So close to the line, they're going to need some ball security.
Oh, a fantastic run there by Phoenix Hunt, and once again, maybe it's the nerves getting there, or he was trying to just get a quick play of the ball there, and he had an unforced error there, but beautiful run here by Phoenix Hunt.
Yeah.
Mount Albert hold him back too far. They can't do that. They've got to keep the line speed up and come together.
Yeah, great run by Phoenix Hunt there. Momentum carrying him over. But the error there might be that dew that we've been talking about all season, eh? But slippery up there on that Steeden.
The Steeden, mate.
Bit slippery on those fresh grand final footies as we get back underway. That side we work our way back up the field through Thompson Kardina, the centre, out on the left edge for Mount Albert Lions.
Yeah, nice for the centre to come in, take a bit of pressure off the forwards there.
Thompson Kardina is a very interesting story as well. Travels up from the Waikato week in, week out to play for this Mount Albert side. So lots of putia probably spent on gas for Thompson, but great to see him plying his trade in the Fox Memorial. Jardine Ngauamo up towards the 40-metre mark. Fraser finds Posimani coming back under. We don't see that dangerous late footwork at the line just yet, but no doubt we'll see it eventually. They get to Vasuvalangi, and how good to see our middle forwards getting to a kick.
Solomon cut it out. I watched him yesterday at a CrossFit competition I was emceeing, and man, he was on the go today. He thinks he can kick. Solomon.
What can't the man do,
Yeah.
Solomon Vasuvalangi? But Otahuhu getting their second penalty of the day. Just see kick chasers in front of the kick there, and it's probably due to the fact that Vasuvalangi probably wasn't expecting that ball at the back end of the set, got the kick away, But the kick doesn't quite find touch. The flag stays down, so this is going to be play on. Karina takes a hold of that, and now Mount Albert have the ball back.
It's a volleyball. Hit back in.
John O'Toole darts out a dummy half there, and he's another great story that we'll get to eventually. Lots of great stories in this Mount Albert side as well. Doyle in at dummy half, gets to Fraser, looks at his options, but has to take it himself with not a whole lot doing. But well taken there by Jamal Hunt and his little brother Phoenix. They find Johnson out of dummy half, drops his back rower under, and Tommy Beale up over the 40-metre line now, so they're probably not going to look to kick early in the set. Doyle to Vasuvilangi, up over the halfway mark now and into the Leopards half as we get towards last tackle. Doyle and that dummy half gets to Johnson, who puts it to the heavens. It's a bit of a wonky one as well for Nansen to take, but well taken as well.
Yeah, that's his second take. He's taken on the full there, so he defused the bomb nicely there. So good fullback knock there.
100%, and you can see why he's been involved in Warrior systems as well over the last 18 months, as well as featuring at fullback for the Auckland Vulcans last year. Tavita Mikaele comes in for a carry, another former junior Warrior in the Leopards side as well. They're up towards the 40-metre mark now. They go to Emiliano Mikaele this time. Great to see another pair of brothers in the Otahuhu side as well. The Mikaeles, the Hunts.
The Frasers.
The Frasers are on the Manham side, and the big hit there from Tommy Beale and Pawa Papuni Abbott. They find Whakatamafi. Gets to a kick, and as well, the sun's in the eyes of John O'Toole there, but well taken. Roughly 10 metres out from his try line and working his way back up the field, and well met by Ike forward. They go left, this time through Thompson Karina. He's been a staple in the side this year, has Thompson Karina, featuring in both the centres and the second rows, and finds us home out at left centre in today's grand final. Doyle in the dummy half gets to Johnson, who finds Chaz early. Met in strong contact there by Sione Fial, better known as Gumby, as well as Phoenix Hunt as well. We've got to love that nickname, Gumby.
Yeah, Gumby, yeah. That's a legend name there. We'll see on it.
Dion Fraser gets to the kick on last, and they find Tuaiti Ramsey, who finds some early space out on this right-hand edge for Mount Albert, but well met there by Lepo Paualaisa, as well as Tommy Beale, and now Otahuhu working their way back up their field. BJ, kind of feels like we're going back and forth at the moment. Mount Albert just getting through their motions, dropping their back rowers under, and Otahuhu going through the same thing, just kick returns one for another and just trying to feel each other out in this first 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's right. Both teams are playing it safe, looking at completing their sets, looking at big kicks as well. And there's another hit back in, but it's out.
And an early kick there from Whakatamafi, but John O'Toole had his foot over the sideline and the flag is up when he tried to touch it, so...
I'm sorry, but I don't know what Amatu was thinking there to try and flick the ball in. He, if he wasn't, Otahuhu were going to score.
As we take a look at the Lotus Foreign Exchange replay.
Yeah, his foot was just on the line, but he left himself.
Just a bit too much room there, but a great decision there from Whakatamafi to kick early and find space. Hunt drops back, Jamal Hunt underneath, can't quite hold onto the ball, and it's a similar story to last week. But met well there by Emiliano Mikaele in the semi-final last week against Papakura. That was one of the plays they ran quite frequently. They didn't quite manage to break through, and it's great to see them going back to that, and no doubt they're going to try and muscle their way through when they next get their opportunity down the centre of the field, BJ.
Yeah, that's right. Mount Albert now working it out of the red zone. Otahuhu might have to try that play again, but just want to make a special shout out. I can see just in front of the commentary box, I can see the Iceman there from the Breakdown podcast. If you want to see his content, he's been following the play-by-play of Fox Memorial for 2025.
Yeah, great to see a podcaster getting in behind the local footy as Fraser gets to a kick. Finds some space in behind Nansen and Tuaiti Ramsey, and it's dribbling in towards the in goal. Manages to find its way in the in goal as well. A tough ask for Ramsey to work his way out, but he gets out eventually, and now Otahuhu 2 metres out from their line, got to work their way back up the field. However, they earn a penalty.
Oh, they've just undone all the good that they did. What a fantastic kick by Mount Albert there. The chasers were right on, but then giving away a penalty, just undid all the good there. Geez, Joe, you said they're feeling themselves out. They're not feeling themselves out, mate. They're bashing each other. These guys are bruising. Like, we're 24 minutes to go. There's no points on the board. This is an arm wrestle.
Absolutely, it's going to be an arm wrestle, and we saw Otahuhu had an arm wrestle last week against Papakura, and it took them until the 73rd, 75th minute to break through the door. As we see them get back underway.
Well, this is what you want for a GF, isn't it?
Exactly what you want in a GF. That time they got through Makaile, and this time they worked their way up over the halfway mark, that time through Whaiamani. They worked their way towards the middle now, this time through Kuia. Former New Zealand resident as well as a county's Manukau representative is Atanasio Kuia. This time they go right to Jamal Hunt, another semi-professional player with the North Sydney Bears back in the mid-2000s, as well as a counties and Auckland Vulcans representative.
Isn't it good, Joe, to see the players coming back to their clubs, you know, after they're having a crack at the professional game?
100%. Makaile goes close to the sideline. At last tackle now, Kuli from dummy half finds Whakatamafi. He dribbles it in behind the defensive line. He's found some grass. It's come off the upright and the ball's gone here, there and everywhere, but we've got a knock on from Otahuhu Leopards.
Yeah, smart play there. It was a thread the needle, and he was aiming at the bolsters on the pads there. So very smart play. Couldn't quite get the lollies, as Lindley would say, but Mount Albert's ball.
Yeah, pressure was building, and they're very lucky to get out of there, get out of jail card there for the Mount Albert Lions. Here comes the blue wall.
They survive that scare on that occasion, do the Mount Albert Lions, and they've got to work their way back up the field now.
It's a good time for the wingers or whatever to get in and have a dummy half run, because the forwards have been doing a lot of D work.
Exactly right. What you want on your kick return sets is your outside backs to come in and take some of the carries and relieve the pressure of the middles. Chaz Brown we see taking a carry up over the 40-metre line now. And a quick play the ball to go with it as well. Vasuvalangi plays out the back to Dion Fraser, who looks at his options. Plays short to Posimani, who's met by the blue wall.
Jeez.
Yeah, but respect to him. He held the ball.
Right.
It must be in that dye. What type of dye is that called there? BJ? You dyed that here?
Massive hit there from Tavita Makaile, but Mount Albert gets to their kick on last tackle, and they hold the Otahuhu Leopards to within their own 20.
Look, it's the first time, Joe, that I've seen Otahuhu under pressure. Their forwards are still walking back now, mate. So Mount Albert's really lifted another level here.
Under a lot of pressure at the moment is this Otahuhu side, and no doubt they'll be getting towards the point where they swap their middles out. Cooley breaks away from Chaz Brown, but can't quite get away from Paualaisa on that occasion.
Yeah, a little bit close to the sideline for my liking too, on a slippery surface.
Back towards the middle that time through Gumby Fiel. Met well by Tommy Beale over the 40-metre line. Pakatamafi filling in at dummy half finds Wharton Benedict, who right on cue comes in for his first stint off the interchange bench, and that's going to be a massive reliever for Otahuhu. Whakatamafi gets to his kick, and it's up in the heavens for Aitu to take, but well taken there, and you can see why John Aitu is well in the frame for a lot of rep footy selection come September.
Good to see he took that on the full there, Joey, and then didn't let it bounce. You've got to take those ones on the full. Mount Albert now walking back too. So we're playing a fast-paced game here, and so it should be on a grand final.
Yeah, very fast brand of football that we've had to start this day.
And completed sets, both sides. I'd like to see the completed sets down the track, but...
Dion Fraser filling in at dummy half for Doyle as he gets his breather, and Julius Patelo comes in for his first stint off the bench as well. Doyle gets to an early kick in the set. Makaile throws it back towards the middle. Nansen can't quite get a hold of it and drops the footing. And some prime real estate here for Mount Albert to pounce. BJ, not what we'd want to see from Otahuhu down the centre of the field.
Not at all. Nansen is Mr. Reliable. That's out of character for him. He's been safe all season, so he'll be very disappointed with himself missing that ball, that catch in particular.
He put his own player under pressure there, and he didn't have to. But Doyle, once again, just came out, did an early kick, and I'm quite impressed with Doyle's service at dummy half.
He's you could definitely say he's one of the classiest hookers in this Fox Memorial Premiership as well, and no doubt we're going to see him and rep football honours
Well,
come September as well.
When you're a co-captain, mate, you know, it gives you that extra energy to say lead by example, and he's certainly leading by example.
Back underway now. Doyle from the back of the scrum finds Fraser, who drops back. Thompson Cardina underneath there as well, and about 18 metres out from the Otahuhu try line, and a great chance for them to break through the blue wall, but they don't on that occasion. Cardina not quite holding on to the ball in a great part of the field, so a pressure reliever there for the Otahuhu Leopards, as we see Dylan Tavita on the field now for his first stint off the bench as well. And BJ, he's going to be one to watch out for off the bench. He's a live wire who knows how to play his cards right, and if we see him make the most of his chances on the ball, then he could be dangerous with what we might see this afternoon.
Yeah, that's right. Dylan Tavita is another season pro as well, with time spent at the Howard Hornets and also Point Chevalier. He will be a live wire for the Otahuhu Leopards, so watch him in this next half. Gumby
Fiau taking a carry, and nice to see he got a haircut after last weekend's semi-final, but might have come up with an injury on that one, and looks as though he's holding on to his calf. Probably not what we're going to see, especially from a dangerous player like him, who he didn't play big minutes last week, but when he is on the field, he does have a massive impact, does he, BJ?
Yeah, that's right. And Sione's had a bad pass with a few big injuries, season-ending injuries, and he's overcome those, so it's very sad to see him go down right now, clutching somewhere between his thigh or his calf. Gumby, yeah, it looks like an inch change is happening now. It doesn't look good for Gumby, Sione Biao. So,
yeah, look, Mount Albert gave him too much respect there, and he got some good yards. Luckily, they pulled him down. As you see, he breaks through here. It's just a jersey hold that just pulls him down, but I think he had some pressure on his ankle. His ankle went the wrong way. So let's hope he's all right. He's getting helped off by...
Yeah, let's hope we can see him hold himself off the field and get himself patched up, because he's going to be a dangerous player to watch out for if he can return to the field. And no doubt we're probably going to see Sebastian Ikuhehifo shift out to this left edge like he did last week in the semi-final, and we'll probably see one of their dangerous middle forwards come on, and it looks like we're going to see Connor Purcell come into the game for his first stint. An Otahuhu legend, you could say, yes. BJ. He's played 150 games plus for the club, as well as been there through their stints in Sharman as well. So a bit of a legend in his right, BJ.
Yeah, that's right. Here comes the big man, the Otahuhu tank. He'll be charged up, ready to go.
You know, both sides are...
Just as we get back underway, Borton Benedict can't hold on to his lollies.
I was just going to say, Joey, obviously having that break took the momentum out of both teams and gave them both time to recharge your batteries. So Mount Albert come up with a solid tackle. The batteries are recharged. We're all back on track.
Momentum swings back in the way of Mount Albert Lions and back up towards the field, but they can't hold on to the ball either. And
what's going on with the Steeden today?
Hey, the Steeden's got that dew, wet dew all over it. So
all 3 games today with the Steeden's been slippery, but she's dry conditions out there at the moment. So
dry conditions it's turning into now. It's probably still that element of wet weather on the field at the moment. So no doubt we'll probably still see whether it's a bit of dew or just overall surface water as well.
It could be just nerves too, mate. You know, you're just wanting to do so much. You're thinking about everything. You're overplaying it in your head, maybe.
Otahuhu Leopards 30 metres out from their own try line now. They go right to Nansen, who plays early to Tavita Makaile. Give him open space and he can do a world of wonder with it. And he works his way up 42 metres from his own try line, trying to lock the defender in to get a penalty, but doesn't earn it on that occasion. Jamal Hunt back towards the middle, leading from the front again.
Geez, Hunt puts himself there, doesn't he? He puts himself in good position and takes some good yards.
Definitely leads from the front, does Jamal Hunt.
There's your tank.
There's the Otahuhu tank.
The Otahuhu tank and Totoa Purcell defeat Tavita out of dummy half, and they drop it back under towards Ikuhehifo. Shifted over to that left-hand second row now, trying to get to a quick play of the ball, and he does. Tavita plays to Hakarai, who plays on the inside to Jamal Hunt. Referee Paki Parkinson awards a penalty to the Leopards for offside at the defensive line, and doesn't look like the Leopards are going to take the 2 points on offer. They're going to go to their middles and Jamal Hunt this time and try and knock that door down.
Yeah, I know it's in front of the sticks, but she's grand final. They got momentum.
They play short to Tairua Purcell. They're definitely trying to knock the door down. Here are the Otahuhu Leopards. Tavita fakes the pass to Wharton Benedict and takes it himself. Doesn't quite get to the try line on that occasion. Wharton Benedict in that dummy half gets to Whakatamafi. Plays short to Whaiamani. Doesn't quite break through the blue and gold wall on that occasion. And they go back towards the open side. Whakatamafi looks and takes himself. Well taken again on defence there from Mount Albert. Geez, they're doing well in this passage of play. They drop Wharton Benedict under. Not quite a lot doing here on last tackle. And Mount Albert Lions, they hold them out again.
I think Mount Albert were actually lucky there. They were holding off to play the ball too much then, and the big fella could have got it away, but luckily for Mount Albert, they managed to get him.
Yeah, a bit of a nothing play for the Otahuhu Leopards. They'll be disappointed. Tusa won't be happy with that. They've got to do better than that if they really want to score, put some points on the board here in this first half.
Well, it's critical now that Mount Albert, no mistakes, come out of this half and get deep.
The Lions working their way back up over the 10-metre line now. This time they go back towards their left-hand side of the field. Do the Lions, they're still not making a hole. A lot of yards at the moment. Kairinen at dummy half takes himself and gets well met on defence there by Tavita McKiley and Ika Ifo as well. They play wide to Johnson, who plays wide out to Blepo Paualaisa, who's on his own out there. Well met by Viliami Kuli and Emiliano McKiley. Back towards the middle now through Chaz Brown. Has a lot of space to wind up in.
Yeah, but Brown, it was a half-hearted run there, and he didn't have anyone with him there too. So, got to run in pairs, boys.
They come right to Fraser up over the half. They put it to the sky. Nansen looks like he's going to take it on the full, and he does, working his way back towards the middle.
He's been a safe fullback, hasn't he, Joe?
Very safe fullback at the back of the field is Andrew Nansen. You're not going to catch him napping a whole lot in this game. Tuaiti Ramsey well met and that defence as well. This time they come back towards the middle. Nansen taking another carry in the set, and they earn themselves a penalty. Oh, maybe it's going the other way for obstruction on that occasion, BJ.
Oh, yeah, that's a good call by the match official there. It's gone to Mount Albert. Otahuhu won't be happy about that. They've just defended, and then now they've got to defend again. Another set of 6 for the Mount Albert Lions.
Well, this is a game of chess, isn't it? It's from one end to the other end, and no one's got the bishop over yet.
It's not checkmate yet.
It's not
here
checkmate.
We go.
Patelo back underway. And the action now about 15 metres out from the Otahuhu try line. Vasuvalangi plays out to Fraser, who plays short to Pusimani. Just settles their attack now, and Fraser filling in at dummy half, looking at his option. Plays to Doyle on the open side, who comes towards the next tower to come onto the field. Ethan Jari Ngauamu. Doyle at a dummy half, plays to Fraser, who plays short. Gets it to Thompson Cardin, who tries to get the offload away, but loses possession of it. And it ends up in Otahuhu hands. What a piece of play that could have been had it come off, but Otahuhu count themselves lucky, and now they've got to work back up the field, BJ.
Unlucky for Mount Albert Lions on that play, but good for Otahuhu. Now they're working it out of their red zone. They just need to complete a set here with 12 minutes and 46 seconds to go.
What an absolute war of attrition this has been so far, as we see Whakatamafi come out of dummy half. No one breaking through each other's defence, and it's going to take one team to break through for the game to open up. I think Total Purcell winding up and going to try and earn himself a quick play the ball, which he does. Tavita out of dummy half gets to a short stabby kick, who comes off the back of Thompson Cardina and ends up in the hands of John O'Tu, and he has a lot of space to wind up, but well met there by Tavita, chasing his own kick as well as Hakaraya, his halves partner, in Waiamani. Cardina that time working up towards the 40-metre mark on their half of the field. Fraser filling in at dummy half finds Papuni Abbott, who gets towards the 45 metres.
He's fresh legs just on now, Joey.
Kale Johnson fakes the drop under to his back rower, Tommy Beale. Chaz Brown taking on Viliami Kuli, but well met in defence there by Kuli. Johnson in that dummy half, plays to Beale, goes towards the middle to Doyle, who finds Dion Fraser, who plays early out to Thompson Cardina with the big skip and a jump. Breaks away from one defender initially, but can't quite get away from the rest.
Well, that went from one side to the other side.
It did indeed. Fraser with the kick.
And Nansen there at the fullback to take it, but he's not in the in goal to take that. And gets driven into the in goal by Dion Fraser and Lirikai Posimani, and we're going to see a goal line dropout here for Otahuhu. And great defence here from Otahuhu to hold out the Mount Albert Lions so far. They've been challenging the Leopards side a lot, BJ, and haven't quite broken through yet. So great defensive start from the Otahuhu Leopards.
Yeah, that's correct. Otahu's blue wall is staying strong today. If they can keep this up, then they'll be able to keep the Lions out here. So the call is blue wall for the Otahuhu Leopards.
Let's see if that blue wall can withhold another set as we get the...
Well, that's 60 on the fly.
Easily a 60-metre dropout on the fly. I2 gets it away to Ethan Jardine Ngauamo eventually.
Yeah. He's got to run it hard. That was a half-hearted run, I'm sorry to say.
Gets his way to the 40-metre line on the Otahuhu half of the field. There's a bit more mana in that carry from Papuni Abbott, but it's met with a penalty for a...
Yeah, ripped out. You know, Otahu's putting themselves under pressure now, you know, but Mount Albert have to jump on board.
Yeah, that's correct. That's just a silly penalty right there. That discipline just slipping there for Otahuhu Leopards.
And we've gone through 30 minutes of our first half in this Fox Memorial Premiership Grand Final here at Trust Arena, and still at a stalemate, but we see Buddha Doyle point towards the sticks and wants to have a crack at opening up the scoreboard for the Mount Albert Lions, and probably a smarter decision at this point of the game, Nigel. Well,
Joey, we saw it with Otahuhu, had the opportunity to take the two also, but they chose not to. We've seen a lot of drop ball out there, so maybe it's, hey, let's get points on the board, let's go back and regather. But, you know, Mount Albert, we're really building momentum there. Otahuhu giving away a couple of silly penalties. But, oh, what a game, what a pace.
What a great start we've seen to this Fox Memorial Premiership Grand Final as we see Buddha Doyle lining up the kick, and no doubt his father, Wade Brunston, will be watching on with pride over in the Gold Coast and enjoying his holiday at the moment. And hopefully we can see his son bring him home a gold medal for his birthday next week. Doyle strikes it. It looks good, and the flags are up. Mount Albert open up the scoring, 2-0 so far with 9 minutes left to play, Nigel.
Yep, it's good to see the points are on the board for the first time. It's taken a while. There's 32 minutes into the game. Big shout out to the Mount Albert crew. I know that they had a champagne breakfast this morning, the Lionesses, and they're in the club rooms or they're here now. And I'm sure Otahu's got their posse going too.
Yeah, that's right. A massive shout out to the Otahuhu Leopards, to Pauline and Wally Dumper at the club rooms with the team, and also the faithful out in the crowd. If you can see that screen, look to your screens. You can see all of the Otahuhu faithful out today. Back in the Leopards.
Back in the way now through the boot of Whakatamafi. Finds some grass, but met well there by Johnson and Papuni and Abbott winding up on the back fence and met by Todua Purcell there. About 12 metres out from their own try line now. Tommy Beale. Some strong defence going to be needed here from Otahuhu to give themselves the best chance to open up their scoring account towards the back end of this first half. That time they get towards the middle of the field through Jardine Ngauamo.
We've mentioned it is like a game of chess, and yeah, there's 2 points on the board now, but you can't do silly things. They've just got to go through the process, mate.
Yeah, just like Trent Wallace said pre-game, they're just going to want to go through their processes and keep it simple to get over the top of this Otahuhu side into last tackle. They find Doyle eventually, who's inside his 40 and gets the kick away.
Look, a big shout out to Trent Wallace. You know, he's a player that's done the real hard graft on the field in his first year coaching, and he's got a GF under his belt. So, yeah, congratulations to Mount Albert, rebuilding phase, and with a club that's stooped in so much history.
Yeah, exactly right. One of the most successful clubs in Fox Memorial history, if not the most successful club in Auckland, with 16 Fox Memorial titles all time, as they give away a penalty. That time, Albert Vetti coming off the interchange bench for his first stint and trying to get to a quick play. The ball earns his team a penalty, and Whakatamafi will try and find touch and get them up towards the better part of the field.
Yeah, well, good time for Albie to come on. You know, big Albie, he's always had that little offload too, so Mount Albert's got to be conscious of that and make sure you get him to ground.
About 15 metres out from the Mount Albert try line now. That time they work their way up through Whaiamani. Dylan Tavita in a dummy half. He's going to be dangerous at this point of the field. They get to the middle of the field. That time, Wharton Benedict. Well met there by Vasu Valangi, fresh off his CrossFit comp. Whakatamafi plays short to Ike Ifo. Oh, gets the offload away to Whakatamafi. Looks at his options, but has to take it himself, and well met by Chaz Brown. Tavita back towards the middle. They get back to that same sinker play, that time through Veti. Doesn't quite break through as well. Coming towards the back end of the set now. Tavita drops under Total Purcell, and he's held up as well. What a defensive passage here from Mount Albert, and if they can hold this one out again, a massive win. Tavita kicks from dummy half.
Do we have a try?
No, I think Mount's I think he's
Big
just
Albie.
I think he's just got a hand of the ball there.
What a smart play there from Dylan Tavita out of dummy half. Doesn't have to pick it up. As we take a look at the Lotus Foreign Exchange replay, just kicks it straight after the play the ball, which is legal.
So, Joey, that's just using your brains, mate. That's where experience comes into it. To do such a smart little play like that.
He's a seasoned pro, and I said it before, he's going to be a live wire.
Well, we got a high standard game here. It's great to have a grand final of this calibre.
Here he comes from the back fence. Big Albie Veti. He's a unit. Look at the size of him, eh? I don't think the screens do justice, but this guy is a unit.
Definitely not, having worked alongside him as well as Albert Veti. Waiamani that time working their way up 20 metres out from the Mount Albert try line. Hakaraya fakes it past the Total Purcell and takes it himself. Now they're 10 metres away and on a bit of a roll. Tavita plays short to Wharton Benedict. Hints of a forward pass, but plays allowed to continue. Goes close, but not close enough there on that occasion, Wharton Benedict. Here comes Total Purcell charging onto the ball. He breaks through the tackle, but he's held up short. Into the last tackle, Tavita finds Whakatamafi. They've got space out here. They find the space. Doesn't quite go to hand of Emiliano Mikaeli, and they can't break through yet again. Mount Albert hold it out yet again there, Nigel.
Well, Joey, maybe Otahuhu's been used to the big boys busting through, but Mount Albert's lifted it another level, and they're just not letting the big boys through. Then they try and go wide. It was on out wide, but unfortunately didn't get ball. But great D there from Mount Albert. Look, 4 minutes to go. They've got to get some yards and get it deep, but great D.
Another great set there from Mount Albert defending their own try line. This time they work their way back up the field. This is Lepo Pawalaisa up over the 20-metre mark now. Marcus Fraser up onto the field now. The sole survivor on the field for Mount Albert from their last grand final appearance in 2019. And was probably around the club as well when they last won their Fox Memorial title in 2012. This time they worked their way up the field, and a massive hit there from Sebastian Ikehihi, that time on Thompson Kardina. Fraser gets to his kick and finds Andrew Nansen at the fullback, and a safe fullback as he has been to start this game, and well met by Dion Fraser, chasing his own kick, as well as Jerry Potu, who has been kept a little bit quiet to start with in this first half. Tavita Mikaeli in this next passage of play. They get the ball away to Viliami Kuli.
Yeah, the pace is still there, Joey. You know, we're 3 minutes to go. There's still a lot of juice out there. And 2-0.
A 2-0 grand final. Who would have thought we might see this as we inch closer towards the half-time break? Veti plays it away to Waiamani, gets the offload away to Nansen, who has to hold it on that occasion. Cries for a penalty from the Otahuhu Leopards, but it's not forthcoming as we get into last tackle. Veti, the biggest dummy half you'll ever see. Tavita puts up one of his signature torpedo bombs, and well taken.
Penalty.
Well taken by Pawalaisa, but a penalty for contact off the ball there from referee Parkinson.
Yeah, that's just a silly play there. Tavita had a lot of time there if we catch a replay of that. To kick the ball, there was no need to go and make and commit to that tackle. Watch Albert Veti from dummy half pass it to, yes, he had time to pull out there, and Tavita scores his team a penalty. Here we go. Could this be the Leopards? 1 minute and 54 seconds to go.
Not the penalty that Jerry Potu would have wanted to give away at this end of the field. As we're back underway now, Mikaeli finds Whakatamafi, drops under Total Purcell.
Here's the tank.
Rampages towards the line, but finds ground eventually. Tavita plays to Wharton Benedict with the big dummy pass, but doesn't get it away and takes it himself.
Yeah, this is the most important D set that Mount's got.
Hakarai plays short to Whaiamani.
Great tackle.
Well met there on defence there by his second row opposition and Posimani. They play short to Albert Vete, who burrows over. Doesn't quite get it to the line on that occasion, does Albert Vete. Tavita in at dummy half, gets a flick pass away to Tavita Makaile. Takes it eventually, gets a flick pass offload away to Tuaiti Ramsey, but the flag is up and he's gone out, and a chance gone big in there for the Otahuhu Leopards, BJ.
Yeah, I know that. Oh, my heart just stopped there for a moment. That was, if we have a look at the Lotus Exchange replay there, the play was a little bit messy, but he has a look, a back pass, but he steps out, and the try goes bigging.
Oh, what a smart play to get the ball there, but you've got to give credit to Mount Albert. Once again, a minute to go, you can't give away the points.
100% as we're inside the last 30 seconds now on our clock in this first half of your Fox Memorial Premiership Grand Final. The Mount Albert Lions holding a slight 2-0 lead over the Otahuhu Leopards, who, keep in mind, they've gone through the season undefeated, taking home the Rukutai Shield for the minor premiership, and haven't really been kept close, probably haven't been kept scoreless at half-time by many teams coming into this game.
Well, that's what I'm saying, mate. They're in unfamiliar territory at the moment, and both teams are looking sharp. They're right into an arm wrestle here, but Mount Albert just got their slight edge at the moment with the 2 points.
Exactly what we'd want to see in a grand final. They work their way back towards the middle. Some great line speed in the middle there as the hooter goes in the background and doesn't get to play the ball away fast enough. Half-time in our Fox Memorial Premiership Grand Final. The Mount Albert Lions holding a slight 2-0 lead, so they're a massive mental win for the Lions going into the break. We'll take a quick break from the action and we'll come back to you shortly. Don't go too far away. More Grand Final action coming to you soon.
Mr. Kiwi Made here, and today we're at Health Basics. They've been making body wash right here in Aotearoa for over 30 years.
Health Basics are truly New Zealand made. Buying anything else would be un-New Zealand.
What a matchup this is going to turn out to be.
Well, John, I know both clubs at the moment, the people will be in the club rooms or in the stand. Yeah, it's a rebuilding time for Mount Albert. But, hey, the young Lions are at a grand final, Joe.
The young Lions into the grand final, and we're underway. Paua Papuni Abbott's getting it. Goes to Fraser, who takes the line on, plays short to Thompson. Karina gets the offload away, but it doesn't quite go to hand. Careful getting another carry, and he's probably already had about 5 in this first 10 minutes, so great to see him busy. Phoenix Hunt at a dummy half. Gets close to the try line. Momentum doesn't quite get him over the line, and he loses possession of it there. 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's right. Both teams are playing it safe, looking at completing their sets, looking at big kicks as well. And there's another hit back in, but it's out.
And an early kick there from Whakatama. Back to Dion Fraser, who looks at his options. Plays short to Posimane, who's met by the blue wall. Doyle gets to an early kick in the set. Makaile throws it back.
Next half. Gumby
Fiao taking a carry, and nice to see he got a haircut after last weekend's semi-final, but might have come up with an injury on that one. And
it's been wet Drew all over it. So
all 3 games today with the Stevens.
Birthday next week. Doyle strikes it. It looks good. This one out again, a massive win. Tavita kicks from dummy. Into the last tackle, Tavita finds Whakatamafi. They've got space out here. They find the space. Doesn't quite go to hand at dummy half. Gets a flick pass away to Tavita Makaile. Takes it eventually. Gets a flick pass offload away to Twice Ramsey, but the flag is up and he's gone out. Welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen, to Trust Arena. Halftime in your Fox Memorial Premiership Grand Final. Mount Albert holding a 2-0 lead as we take a look at the halftime stats, and as we can see our completion rate quite low at the moment. 7 from 20 for the Mount Albert Lions and 8 from 21 for the Otahuhu Leopards. BJ, probably not what we want to see, especially on a day like this when we know the football is going to be a little bit wet. They're going to need to hold on to the ball and complete a little bit higher if they want to have, if either side want to have any chance of taking home the shield this afternoon.
Yeah, that's right. The Fox Memorial up for grabs. We've got the next 40 minutes for this decider. Otahuhu, very, very unlucky. They've had a few opportunities go begging, and they'll be very disappointed about that. I know Tulsa will be, but I know he wants them to complete the 4 Ps, which is very important for them. And I know that Otahu's going to be really patient in this fight. I don't think they're going to give in so easily to the Lions. And I know the Lions will not back down. Both quality sides that are going to go all day in this next 40 minutes.
100%. We've got 40 minutes left of Fox Memorial footy to finish off our local season before we move on with the rest of the season, as referee Paki Parkinson gets us back underway in what's his second grand final appearance. Might be his third. Let me get my facts right and then we'll come back on that stat. But great to have such quality referees out in the middle for our grand final. Third grand final, actually, for our referee Parkinson. So great to see him back in control. Whaiomane getting us back up towards the 30-metre mark of their own half. They go back towards the left now, that time through Wharton. Benedict just settles the attack, and like we saw in the first half, they're just going to want to start setting each other up to try and knock the door down and break through the opposing side. Tavita out of dummy half, finds Albert Vetier.
Yeah, second run for Albert Vetier. Great gas for him. He's just really put in some hard yards in that set.
Whakatamafi puts it on the left boot and finds some grass in behind. Thompson Kardina takes it eventually. A bit different to see our centres defending at the back of the field and trying to take some of those carries there from Thompson Kardina. But Paualaisa swings around to the left side of the field from his right edge. Finds some space in behind Makaile as well. Fraser in at dummy half. Goes towards John I2. A shooter who's also in his first year in the Fox Memorial competition, as well as out of James Cook High School in Manurewa. So great to see him find a home at Mount Albert. Jerry Potu takes a big carry. Met well there by Albert Vetier and their halfback in Hakaraya. They go towards Johnson. Papuniaba coming back under and trying to find his front up against a strong Otahuhu forward pack, and he does. Last tackle, and Johnson gets to a kick on the halfway mark. Probably not quite the take that he would have wanted there from Johnson, but well taken there from Whakatamafi as we're 2 minutes into the second half here, BJ.
Yeah, I know he would be disappointed about that kick. Here's Otahuhu with They come back here. There's number 5 for Otahuhu.
Emiliano Mikaele getting well into the Mount Albert half of the field now. Ikifu working his way over towards the right-hand side of the field. Tavita plays towards the middle to Albert Vete, who goes toward Marcus Fraser, gets the offload away.
Oh, how good are hands for Connor Purcell. The Otahuhu tank.
Silky hands there from our Otahuhu middles. They go to left towards Whakatamafu, who puts it to the heavens. Tough one for I2 to take.
Here we go!
Mikaele gets the offload away. He probably didn't need to on that occasion. He could have gone himself to open their accounts, but Mount Albert count themselves lucky, and I2 out of dummy half now up towards the 20-metre line. Another chance gone bigging.
That was a dead set try. Unlucky for the Otahuhu Leopards. But here they come. The Lions working it out now.
Marcus Fraser. And at dummy half gets it away to Potu, a damaging ball carry with a lot of time to wind up there. But mid in defence there by Tavita and Wharton Benedict.
Yeah, you can see on the screen there, Mikelele. Oh, had taken that ball. That would have been 4 points for the Otahuhu Leopards, unfortunately.
A great opportunity in hindsight, but Mount Albert up at halfway now. They go right to Dion Fraser. Another one put to the sky, and a tough one here for Mikaele to take. But well taken there, and you can see why he's played at some of those higher honours with Counties Manukau as well.
That's right, he's Mr. Safe at the back. Here they go to Nansen. He runs like a prop, size of a winger or hooker. Big heart.
Yeah, they've got a couple of little outside backs here, Otahuhu, but they play with a lot of heart. Probably the heart of a leopard as well, as some might say. Hakaraya plays right to Tawaiti Ramsey. Breaks away from the initial tackle there of Kardina, but well met by Vasu Valangi with a bit of extra love in that tackle as well. Albavetti gets an offload away as well, like Nigel touched on. A great offload. Nansen has a bit of broken play space here, but doesn't quite break through like they would have. The headgear gets ripped off. Possible hints of a penalty here, but they don't quite get what they're asking for. Tavita puts it up. Mikaele chasing through. He's got another chance, but doesn't quite get it on that time. And well taken there from John I2 at fullback. A very safe fullback as well, like his counterpart Nansen on the other side.
Yeah, Mikelele shooting out of nowhere like a rocket. Unfortunately, he didn't catch that ball. Another try goes big for Otahuhu.
I2 with another carry, and that's it as well. They go right to Paualisa Bumfa. He's well met there by Ben Wharton Benedict. Johnson plays towards the middle of the field now through Trez Brown. Gets away from the initial contact of Tavita. And a quick play the ball to go with it as well. They go right to Fraser. Inside his 40 and finds some grass on their kick, but doesn't quite get the angle that he's after. And Nansen with a lot of time to work their way back up over the field, over the 30-metre mark and closer towards the 40. And a great start here from both sides, just trying to, like we said in the first half, just get the better of the other one. Play simple, but they get towards it as well. As we welcome back our commentary partner, Nigel Rattray, from running some shuttles up and down the far side of the track, as you could see. And Nigel, what was the chats at half-time from both coaches Lafaeli and Trent Wallace?
Well, Otahuhu, they said, look, too many errors, and he said the penalties are really hurting them. He wants to get back to just the process. He wants boring, just down the middle stuff and build the pressure. And as you can see...
Bit of broken play here from Otahuhu, and we'll come back to Trent Wallace's comments in a minute. Tavita finds Whakatamafu, jinks off the left foot, gets the off-foot the total of Purcell, but can't quite take a hold of it.
That was a play. Look at this Lotus Exchange replay. A big step, a big whack. Oh, and Connor Purcell couldn't hold on to the pill. And another try goes begging, but that was actually set up by Hakaraya. He's been awesome today. He's like the little general of Otahuhu Leopards.
100% the little general. As we see Mount Albert working their way back up the field now, and we'll come back to you, Nigel. And Trent Wallace at halftime, what were the messages we got out of him to his pack?
Yeah, it was quite a good huddle there, mate. They were very calm. Trent was calm. He said, look, just stay in the grind. He said, look, our team's fitter. We're a fitter team, so let's just keep the pressure up. And they got the wind behind them too, Mount Albert, so that could play with the longer kicks. So he's relying on his fitness to keep for the whole 80 minutes.
Marcus Fraser up over the halfway now, cries for a penalty, but it doesn't come forward from referee Parkinson. Fraser plays short to David Jardine-Ngawamo.
He's a unit.
Back on the field for his second stint now. Posimani tries to get the late footwork away, but Fraser gets caught up in the contact there. And well taken there from Twaiti Ramsey, flying through to take a hold of that, and they're starting their set 40 out from their own try line now. A better place to start their set as opposed to 40 centimetres out from their own try line. Jamal Hunt comes back onto the field as well, and we see him straight back into the action. A great way for the Otahuhu skipper to lead from the front. Tavita Wharton Benedict with lots of time to wind up off the back fence there, but well met by Posimani for the Mount Albert side. Pakaraya taking the carry for himself. What a tough halfback. You don't usually see that from your sevens, but they go left to Whakatamafi. Banana kicks it back towards this side, and well taken from Thompson Kardiner, but the kick chasers were all in front on that occasion, and Mount Albert earned themselves a penalty for that effort there, BJ.
Yeah, that's just discipline there, eh? Just boys just not getting back and not just communicating with each other. Otahuhu will be very, very, very disappointed in that penalty. They're just building a lot of pressure here just in front of us into the red zone of Mount Albert. Lions.
Especially, BJ, when that was the coach's message. Guys, let's cut down the penalties. It's hurting us.
That's right.
Mount Albert Lions starting there. Set 40 metres out from their own try line through Thompson Kardiner. He's been quite safe as well on this left edge as well for the Lions. Has Kardiner back towards the middle now. That time through David Jardine-Ngawamo over the 40 metre line, and a great carry there to find them some momentum. Masuvalangi in the middle. Steps away from the rest of the attack and takes it himself. They're probably going to go back right, and that they do, and they earn themselves a penalty for the extra effort on defence from the Otahuhu markers, and another chance down this end of the field for Mount Albert to add some extras to the point, Nigel.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they're taking the two here. I mean, 2 points in a grand finals, everything too, It's tempting to keep trying to, go for the try, but you're right in front of the sticks. Buddha Doyle just taking control. So let's take the two, boys.
BJ, especially with how this game is kind of played out, as we see one of the Otahuhu players down on this right-hand edge. Looks like Tavita Mikaele, if my guesses are right. But with how this game is played out, BJ, obviously it's a 2 points to nil scoreline at the moment, and if Buddha Doyle is successful in this penalty attempt, then that'll extend it out to 4. But it's just been one of those games where they're going to need to take the scoring opportunities as they come. It extends that lead 4 points to nil, and just taking the points on offer when they get the chance to, BJ.
Yeah, that's right. We've never seen a grand final like this before, where both teams are only scoring points by just kicking twos, which is unusual. We've never seen that, but it just goes to show the quality of footy that we have here in grassroots, and just the experience that we have across both sides. I guess it's going to go down to the wire this game. It's going to be either 1 point, 2 points. It's going to go very, very close with the Battle of the Cats.
And they probably haven't been under this amount of pressure since, prior to these last 2 weeks. They rolled through the qualifiers, putting 3 figures on Glenora, and big wins over Manurua and Marist as well. So they've not had a whole lot of pressure until last weekend against Papakura. They managed to break through eventually 21-14, but today they see themselves 4 points to nil down on the scoreboard. Doyle in at dummy half goes to tall tower, that is David Jardine-Ngawamo, and he's been busy since he's come back onto the field, has David.
Oh, goodness me, I walked past him just before, and he's a tower of a man. I think he's about 8'9".
Is he?
He's unbelievable.
He looks like it.
He's massive.
8'9", and imagine what he could do with high heels on. He's got some space. He finds Jerry Potu out on this left edge. Tries to run over the top of Nansen, but doesn't quite get over the top of him. Last tackle now, we're 9 metres out from the Otahuhu try line. Fraser swings it, tries to swing it to Doyle, gets it there eventually, ends up in the hands of Johnson. Beale finds his winger and Lepo Paualaisa. Can't quite get the
I think he
4
passed
points
it a
on
little
offer.
bit too early. I probably would have tried to take the man.
Yeah, if you have a look at this Lotus Exchange replay here, Fraser takes on the entire middle centre, and Potu trying to go through the middle. Unfortunately not. Back to the play.
Yeah, great passage of play there by Mount Albert.
Applies more pressure onto this Otahuhu side, where if Dylan Tavita caught that, he would have been away for all money and we might have had a 4-reach scoreline. Tawaiti Ramsey back up towards the 25-metre mark of their own half. Tavita Makaile, great to see him back up and active in the play as well. Thompson Cardina must have been offside there because you can see him backtracking, but makes the tackle eventually. Jamal Hunt closer towards halfway, and a decent set there from Otahuhu considering they started well in their corner. Hakaroa gets to a kick. Probably going to be allowed to bounce, and it's up in the air.
Oh!
Plays allowed to
Play
continues
on.
backwards off Ramsey.
Oh.
Fraser doesn't quite get a hold of it eventually, and plays allowed to continue here. And starting their set well over the Otahuhu side of the field. Doyle darts out of dummy half, takes Andrew Nansen on one-on-one.
Great run by Doyle there.
A great carry from Doyle out of dummy half here. Fraser filling in. Goes to Johnson, who fakes a double dummy cut, but he's met by a big bloke named Albert Vete.
Yeah, see, Mount Albert don't have to do anything silly here. Just they're playing well, and the fitness, you can definitely see they're a fit team. The last 20 minutes is going to be a real telling time there. How do you think Oates will take that one, BJ?
Yeah,
Have I got you lost for work?
Mate. My heart stopped. I'm on the edge of my seat, mate.
Edge of your seat stuff as they find their way back towards the middle of the field on last tackle. Johnson dinks it in behind the defensive line. Tavita takes a hold of it, and now they're 7 metres out from their own try line, and they've got to march back up the field now. They're going to want to start applying pressure onto this Mount Albert side now. There's still 25 minutes left on the clock, but there's still a lot of pressure on this Leopard side at the moment. Akatamafi plays to Emiliano Mikaele. He's been very safe out on that left edge for the Otahuhu Leopards. Fakatamafi.
You can put a blanket over Otahuhu at the moment.
Tawaiti Ramsey breaks through.
They're quite sort of compressed there, aren't they, Joey?
100%, and bit of broken play at the moment. That time, out of dummy half, they found Phoenix Hunt back onto the field. Hakaraya goes to Fakatamafi, who's done a bulk of the kicking today, and he does it yet again. I2, safe as anything on that take here. Doesn't need a massive carry as they'll get the outside backs in to come and relieve some of the pressure. Cardina swinging around to the right side of the field.
Yeah, that was a good set play there by Otahuhu. They got deep into the lines half there.
Chaz Brown getting that carry in there, well met on defence as they're about 33 metres out from their own try line. That time they come away back towards the middle of the field through Julius Petello. As they come back up towards the middle of the field now, that time they find Waka Tate. That might be in the 21 if it's not Pawa Papuni Abbott. Nothing beats having two players having the same jersey on the field, so who knows if that's Waka Tate. Tawaiti Ramsey's through. He's found some space in the backfield. He's taking on John I2. Tries to go around him, but doesn't get away from him. And a great take there from I2. Not a whole lot of Mount Albert defenders back. Nansen finds Hakarai, who plays to Jamal Hunt. Settles it in the middle of the field. They're going to try and go left now. Does Otahuhu. Hunt at a dummy half. Gets towards Atanasio Kuia, who's back on the field now in his second stint of the matchup as well. Phoenix Hunt plays to Hakaraya. Plays short to his back row, and Ike Ifo gets the offload away.
Here we go!
They pass one to Makaile. Yes! The touchline looks okay. The Otahuhu Leopards.
Is it a try? The crowd is going crazy.
The Otahuhu Leopards find their way onto the scoreboard. That time through Emiliano Mikaele. They break their way through the line. Out on the far corner, BJ. They're back in this game.
Mate, what a try. This is sensational. This is what you need in grand final plays. Big plays like this. Look at this. Ramsey collects the ball. He backs himself. He runs over 80 metres here in this replay that you'll see in front of your screens. He's brought down by the defence of Mount Albert. Otahuhu goes straight out to the left edge. And look at him, beats one. Is that Ikohifo? Sebastian out. Oh, what a play. And Mikelele, what a try. You see that stuff in the NRL, but you're seeing it here in grassroots footy.
Unbelievable. Ramsey, that was the break they needed, and he certainly got the yards under the belt. And to go out wide, what a fantastic winger's try.
Chef's kiss, some might say about that dive. Nigel, probably not what Mount Albert might want at this point.
Well, I don't say it was broken play because Ramsey did well, but that's how fast the game can just flip over. And, so now it's up to Mount Albert to regather their thoughts, but now for Otahuhu, it's given them that confidence too. So that's why it's a grand final for all.
As we'll see, Whakatamafi lining up this one as well, and he's been a very busy player in this one as well as Willie Whakatamafi. Spent some time over at the Penrith Panthers the last couple of seasons and found his way home to see himself playing a couple of games of reserve grade for the Warriors earlier on in the season, and it's great to see him find his way back home to the Otahuhu Leopards and putting on that blue and white jersey for the Leopards again, BJ.
That's right. He's been amazing this season, and I really want him to get this 2 points. Can he put on 2 for the Leopards?
Whakatamafi taking all the time that he needs to give his team the best chance of taking the lead here. You could almost hear a pin drop with how quiet some of the crowd is at the moment as we see him moving in.
Oh, what a shocker. Oh.
It just maybe might have overthought it.
Whakatamafi, not what he was really envisioning there when he kicked that ball. That was very unlucky. But hey, this is grand final footy. Random things happen like that, and unfortunately, not for him. Not the 2 points.
Now we see this game locked up 4 points apiece as we work our way halfway through the second half, off the knees.
Yeah, great skill there to stop there. What a fantastic kickoff, sliding in, but he puts the knees out and controls it nicely.
Yeah, one of those challenging ones for Otahuhu to take back up the field now, this time through Whaiamani. Well met in defence there by Vasavalangi, as well as Julius Katelo as well. Now they're just going to, both sides will just want to get back into their work now for this last 20 minutes. Ikehifu trying to ask for a penalty from referee Parkinson, doesn't get it on that occasion. Over the halfway line now, that time to Kuia again. Whakatamafi out of dummy half.
Ooh.
And another bit of boomfa there, that time by Cale Johnson. Last tackle now, and they find Tavita. He gets to one of his signature torpedo bombs again, and well taken there from John O'Too. Wonder whether he learned that one at James Cook High School from one James Blackwell in his first 13 days last year. Karenara, not quite sure what to do on that occasion, but great to see him just settle the attack.
He looked for a support play, but the boys went just set there. So Mount Albert has to reset here.
Jerry Potu with footwork before the line and met on contact there by Jamal Hunt. Over the 40-metre line now, Doyle.
Oh, big tackle.
Well met on defence there from
Sebastian.
From Dylan Tavita and Ikehifu as well. Fraser not sure what to do on that occasion, finds Papuni Abbott, who gets back towards the middle of the field.
Yeah, Mount Albert looking a little bit messy on these last couple of plays here. They've got to settle it down.
Yeah, 5th and final now.
Cale Johnson gets to his kick, puts it into the sun for Nansen, but well taken there again. And a battle of very safe fullbacks between Nansen and John O'Too at the moment, and a great spot for them to start. About 29 metres out from their own try line, BJ.
Yeah, that's right. Here they go, working it out now. They really need to get the forwards in there right now. It's a battle of the middle for the Otahuhu Leopards.
No doubt they're probably going to start looking at their interchange bench soon. As Coach Tusa Lafaele for that next lot of middle forwards to come onto the field. Phoenix Hunt out at dummy half. Hakaraya finds Ramsey through the middle of the field. He's broken through again. Ramsey will try to take on the fullback but can't keep his footing. And well met there by John I2. Hunting at dummy half. Plays towards the middle of the field to Hakaraya. Plays wide. Finds Whakatamafi, who finds Kuia out to Kuli. Breaks away from the initial contact. 10 metres out from the man patrol, and a great chance here for the Leopards to break through. Kuia gets it to Whakatamafi, who dinks it in behind the Lions line. Well taken there by Vasa Valangi. Maybe not the option that the Leopards might have wanted there, BJ, but a great spot to try and hold Mount Albert down this end of the field, BJ.
Yeah, that's correct. Not a play that they wanted, but I know they're going to build pressure here. Watch Otahuhu race off the line, and they've got a error forced. Otahuhu with the ball here. The faithful up in the stands are going crazy here at Trust Stadium.
A simple error there from Thompson Kardina, just trying to step over the marker, play the ball as we take a look at the Lotus Foreign Exchange replay. Just trying to get to the side of Boston Hakaraya, and referee Parkinson rules that he hasn't held control of that football. So we see the Otahuhu Leopards 10 metres out from the Lions try line, and Nigel, not what the Mount Albert would want at this point of the game.
Well, we've seen Ramsey do another break just before, and there he is there. So, you know, we've got to keep an eye on this kid, but Mount Albert sloppy play the ball. Obviously trying to probably work for the penalty, but it backfired on them.
Whakatamafi off the scrum now finds Andrew Nansen out the back. He breaks through the contact originally. Andrew Nansen nearly gets to the try line, but held up by John I2 there. Kuli out of dummy half, tries to burrow behind the player playing the ball.
Oh, he's very lucky not to get a penalty there.
Kuli out of dummy half, goes wide to McKiley, doesn't quite come up with anything on that occasion, does Emiliano McKiley. Back towards the middle now. Whakatamafi gets to Sebastian Ike-Ifo, who winds up and tries to take on Solomon Vasuvalangi. They play it to the right now. Tavita plays out the back to Hakaraya, who plays to Whakatamafi. Puts it through the hands of Tavita McKiley, who breaks through.
Yes!
And Otahuhu
That's a try!
that time through Tavita McKiley on the other side of the field.
What a try! Otahuhu in for 4 points here in this grand final. The crowd are buzzing here at Trust Stadium. The Otahuhu faithful are backing their team here.
Well, it started to be a messy set because they went to that left arm side there, Joey, and it just wasn't on for the winger. And then when they go to Ike-Ifo, everyone was flat-footed, but Ike-Ifo took it forward, then got the momentum going. Then the big boys keep going and they go out wide and they get the points in the corner.
As we take a look at the replay now, a great little carry there from Nansen. Like we've touched on, not the biggest body, but he runs with a whole lot of heart. Hakaraya putting it through the hands to Whakatamafi, who found his centre and Tavita McKiley out on this right-hand edge, and he broke through the would-be defence of Thompson Kardina, who's been quite safe out on this left-hand edge for Mount Albert Lions. So an odd mistake here from Kardina, and it proves costly with the Otahuhu taking a 8 points to 4 lead over the Mount Albert Lions.
Yeah, that was great play, and that was set up by Boston Hakaraya. I know there's a Mad Monday planned for Otahuhu Leopards. I wonder if he's got his green card signed by his partner Cutters. So I think the boys will be looking for a green card for Mad Monday coming soon in about 14 minutes. If they can hold on in this grand final. There's a bit of a swap in the kickers. Hakaraya stepping in now.
You'd love to hope that a lot of these players on both sides have their green cards signed off to celebrate the local season that's been, as we see Hakaraya lining up the conversion. Willie Whakatamafi just in front of us getting attended to by their medics, so let's hope that he just gets strapped up and maybe has a couple of concrete pills to get himself through the next 13 minutes to finish off the season, because he's been so instrumental every time he's had the ball. He's done a bulk of the kicking alongside his halves partner, and they've been crucial in opportunities like we just saw, and adding points to the board has Willie Whakatamafi.
Here we go. Hakaraya, Boston. It looks close. Oh, it's just missed there. Looked great, but missed in the angle.
Maybe not enough wheat bix in his breakfast this morning to get the conversion where he needed to, but Otahuhu, 8 points to 4 with 13 minutes to play on our clock. And Nigel, what do you think the messages will be from the Mount Albert coaching staff at the moment to get their boys back up?
Well, just as Trent said at half-time, stay in the grind. They're fitter, and they got the win behind them, but they just have to reset and get back to where they were before.
A wonky kick there off the kickoff, and it's well taken by Hakarai. Gets it away to their skipper and Jamal Hunt, leading from the front. As always, has Jamal Hunt. Whaimani comes back in for his usual carry on tackle 2. About 20 metres out from their own line of the Otahuhu Leopards. Ike Hefo winding up off the back fence and gets away from the initial contact, and the other would-be defenders. A great carry there from Ike Hefo. Gets them up towards the 40-metre line. Hunt off dummy half, place it to Tavita. Well met there by Tommy Beale. He's got to try and get to a quick play the ball, Tavita, and that he does. Hunt out of dummy half.
Yeah, they're looking for the penalty.
Yeah, they
there.
are looking for a penalty, but it is play on.
Doesn't quite get the penalty they're asking for. Whakatamafi's going to maybe not so much put it to the skies on that occasion. Finds the grass. Oh, it doesn't quite go to hand of Thompson. Karina takes a hold of it eventually. And referee's going to allow play to continue. But not on that occasion. A penalty going in the favour of Mount Albert Lions there, BJ.
Oh, here they go. It looks like Mount Albert will be working it out with a drop kick, actually, for the Otahuhu. Yes, they've won this one. So how good for the boys from South Auckland, Mount Richmond Park. Oh, here's the kick now.
Wonky dropout there from Buddha Doyle. Well taken there by Tavita Mikaele. Maybe I need to put my glasses on so I can see the referee signals right. Boston Hakaraya. And that dummy half gets it away to Whaimani. Just settling the attack at that right-hand tram line of the field. Hunting at dummy half. They get it away to Tavita. Whakatamafi out the back. Oh! To Viliami Cooley's well met there by Chaz Brown. And a great scramble effort there from Chaz Brown to shut down that opportunity. Mikaele filling in at dummy half. Plays wide to Whakatamafi. Looks at his options but has to jink and drive and take it himself. Got a couple of tackles left in this set here. Tavita plays short to Jamal Hunt. He's got to try and burrow his way over but doesn't break through on that occasion. Last tackle now for the Otahuhu Leopards. Hunt out the back to Whakatamafi. What hands there from their back rower out on the far side. And Whakatamafi as well to get that ball away, but doesn't quite hold on to it. And a bit of a win there for Mount Albert on defence there, Nigel.
Well, mate, there's still 10 minutes to go. There's no reason to hit the panic button yet. But Mount Albert have to complete this set. They can't force themselves an error in here.
John O2 off that carry to get their set started, and they're just going to try and work their way back up the field. Apply a bit of pressure back on the Otahuhu Leopards. Lepo Paualaisa that time gets him up towards the 20-metre mark.
Well, we've seen twice that Ramsey has made 2 big breaks for Otahuhu, so it just takes someone from Mount to get up and get a big break. The game can turn. It's on a dime at the moment.
100% as we see Jardine Amo back towards the middle of the field now that time. Trying to milk a penalty against Phoenix. Hunt doesn't come to fruition. Fraser kicks early. Finds some space. And behind Andrew Nansen, but it's gone out on the full.
Oh, they have not wanted that to go that way. It is Otahuhu's ball. Another chance goes begging for the Lions, as you can see in that replay there on your screens.
Just gets a touch on the line. Does that kick from Dion Fraser there, and 38 metres out from the Mount Albert try line now. Hakarai gets it away to Tavita Mikaele. Well met on contact there from the Mount Albert defence and Tommy Beale. A great run there from Atanasio Kuia. Out of dummy half they go left to Whakatamafu. Plays to Andrew Nansen out the back. But well defended there by Chaz Brown. And a great defensive read out on that right edge.
Yeah, they are trying to shut down Nansen. They know that he's good outside on that edge. Hunt.
Jamal Hunt back through the middle of the field now. Phoenix Hunt filling in at dummy half now. It seems as though he's come back onto the field and pushed Dylan to lock.
Here we go!
Finds a gap in behind. The Mount Albert defense doesn't quite get to the line. Tavita fills in at dummy half, tries to get it away to Jamal, but it doesn't quite go to hand. A big hit there from Phoenix Hunt.
Another dropout.
And a goal line dropout to go with it. A knock on from Mount Albert, ruled from referee Parkinson, and it gives Otahuhu another set down the centre of the field.
Well, I'll tell you what, mate, Mount Albert were lucky there because I think one of the guys came off the line, tried to get an intercept, which, why would you do that on your own try line? He was lucky they didn't get through. So Mount Albert can consider themselves lucky here, but they've got to force the error now.
Dion Fraser taking Tavita Mackay to ground as they 15 metres out from the Mount Albert try line. Whaiamani.
Jeez, what a run.
What a forward pack they've got, Whaiamani as well. About 5 metres out from the Mount Albert try line. Ikeifo goes for another opportunity. Gets close but not close enough. Just shy of that blue and gold wall. Tavita, dummy half. He's the cheeky little players. Dylan Tavita, as we see.
Oh, we got a bit of cramp, I think.
Ikeifo getting a little bit of muscle cramp there. Seems as though he's going to be all right. Tavita plays deep to Whakatamafu. Looks at his options but has to take it himself, and well met on defence there. Tackle 4 now and carries it out of dummy half. Does
Ikeifo out in play. He is cramping.
They get it. Tavita. Pusimani well taken there and met with a big hit there from Dylan Tavita. But a great take there from a back row, and lots of momentum here for Mount Albert now. And a massive hit.
Crunching tackle.
That time there from Phoenix Hunt on John I2. They go right. Cale Johnson doesn't quite hold on to his footing and slips.
I2 really feeling it. He has gone down, heading to the back. What a crunching tackle from Hunt.
Try to milk a penalty in there and running into the back of Ikeifo, but doesn't come away from referee Parkinson. Doyle goes right to Chaz Brown, who tries to take on Whakatamafu. Doesn't get it into last tackle. Goes back to Doyle in the middle.
Buddha
puts the torpedo up to the heavens, and a tough one for Nansen to take, but well taken there yet again. And as we creep towards that last 5 minutes of the second half here, as we see Nansen drinking and driving, breaks through the first contact, and eventually taken just over 35 metres out from their own try line, and players starting to cramp up left, right and centre. That time Andrew Nansen coming up with a bit of cramp.
Yeah, probably some pickle juice, eh? Nigel, we've been talking about it all season.
Well, they definitely need the pickle juice, but 5 minutes to go. I think they're just running on adrenaline now.
And watch this, they've got the Otahuhu tanking.
Well met on contact there from Buddha Doyle. He's been crucial in the middle here for this Mount Albert side. Hunt out of dummy half. Going to start getting into field goal territory now with a scoreline like this. They go left though to Whakatamafu, who puts it up. John I2 fullback, but met in a contest here by Miliano Mikaele. Ruled a knock-on from the Otahuhu Leopards, and a bit of a breather here for both sides to carry on in the last 4 minutes of the second half here. Nigel, a bit of a win there for Mount Albert.
Well, yeah, full credit to Atu there. He, as I said, you've got to try and take the ball on the full, and he did. He put his body on the line there, and luckily they come away with the ball still. So Mount Albert's got to not do anything stupid, but they've got to get to the other end.
Going to have to work their way back up the field. That time they went through I2. This time they find Thompson Karina up towards the 30-metre line on their own edge now. Doyle.
Yeah, there's no right winger out here for Otahuhu.
Potu gets the offload away, finds Dion Fraser, who's got his bit of space. Dylan Tavita tries to get the intercept rather, but doesn't get to hand. A quick play the ball there from Tommy Beale. They go right. Fraser dinks it in behind. There's a bit of a chase there against Andrew Nansen as well. Doesn't look as though he's got a touch to it, does Andrew Nansen. And Otahuhu looks like they'll get to play the ball about 15 out from their try line, and a big set coming up for both sides here, BJ.
Yeah, that's right. It's 3 minutes and 23 seconds to go in this grand final. Otahuhu just need to hold on to the ball, like Tusa said in his pre-match interview, is the 4 Ps. They need to stick to the 4 Ps if they want to hold on to the Fox and take it home to Otahuhu.
Emiliano Mikaele now gets the offload away to Ramsey, who's been dangerous in the second half.
Ramsey
Gets away from Jerry Potu. You can see he's playing with that bit of a broken hand there. He didn't quite try to defend with that left-handed Potu, and it gave Tawaiti Ramsey a bit extra space. Hakaroa finds his way back towards the middle of the field to Jamal Hunt.
Geez, Ramsey's made some great meters, hasn't he? 3 runs, and he's got some yards under his belt already.
There's a few Mount Albert players not looking too good. Potu.
Total of Purcell up over the 40-metre line now. Viti back onto the field for a second stint, and players dropping like flies now on both sides.
Yes.
Tavita comes right to Hakarai, who just thinks it over the top of the Mount Albert defence. Aitu lets it dribble dead, and Mount Albert are going to have 7 tackles here with just over 2 minutes left on the clock. A massive set here for Mount Albert to have any chance of competing in the rest of this grand final here, Nigel.
Yeah, well, hopefully the trainer's got the word out to the boys how many minutes, because they've got to pull something out of the bag now. Whether it's there's no fullback at the home at the moment for Otahuhu. Do they look at a little chip kick, break it up? They've got to do something.
Maybe they've got to have to start hitting the panic button now and try and chance their hand a little bit. Doyle plays left to Dion Fraser, does exactly what's needed and chips it over the top. Hakarai gets a hold of it. Maybe not quite the execution that Mount Albert would have needed. And with just over 90 seconds left in this Fox Memorial Premiership Grand Final, Otahuhu might just need to hold on to the football and kick to a corner, and that might be the ball game done here, BJ.
Yeah, that's right. Like I said, Tulsa just wants them to stick to those 4 Ps. They are starting to look like they're killing time here now. They just need to hold on to the ball, and they could be taking the Fox Memorial Trophy home with them on the bus. Dylan Tavita feeding it to Veti. Seconds, we're under 59 seconds now.
You got to do a one-on-one strip from Mount Albert. That's what they got to do.
Connor Purcell up over the 40-metre mark. Paua Papuni Abbott in a world of hurt over there as well. As we get into last tackle now, ball just dribbles over close to the sideline, but Emiliano Mikaele just grubbers it into touch, and with just over 30 seconds left on the clock, they're going to need to hold them out here, this Otahuhu Leopards. Mount Albert trying to go quickly here. Doyle goes to Papuni Abbott, and the hooter sounds.
The ball's still
Who knows what we might see in this next passage. Hakarai goes to ground.
Has he killed it? Is that it?
And that is it.
I haven't heard. Oh, there it is.
And that is your grand final. The Otahuhu Leopards, they strike back in the second half, get the job done, and take that Fox Memorial Shield back to Otahuhu for the first time since 2010. 8 points to 4 over the Mount Albert Lions. What a game this turned out to be. BJ, your thoughts?
Mate, this is grand final footy. This is the game we've always dreamed of all season. The best of the best. Mount Albert Lions and Otahuhu Leopards head to head for this grand final. 8-4. Your champions for 2025, the Otahuhu Leopards. Congratulations to the club. Well done to the boys and the club.
We'll take a quick break and head down onto the field for the post-match presentations. Don't go too far away. We'll be back with you shortly.
Mr. Kiwi Made here, and today we're at Health Basics. They've been making body wash right here in Aotearoa for over 30 years.
Health Basics are truly New Zealand made. Buying anything else would be un-New Zealand.
Well. Welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen, to what was an absolute classic of a Fox Memorial Premiership Grand Final. Otahuhu getting the chocolates today, 8 points to 4 over a very strong Mount Albert Lions side. Nigel, not the birthday present you would have been after today, hoping that the Lions would have gone up. However, still a lot to be happy about for a Mount Albert side who, like we've touched on, is in somewhat of a rebuilding phase, and to still get to a grand final is a win in itself.
Well, you hit it on the head there, Joey. I mean, the coaches in his team, Trent Wallace, he's got to be so proud of his boys. They're a young team coming through. As I said, they lost their captain, Rory Ropati, early in the season. Buddha Doyle, to me, was a standout for Mount Albert. He tried to lead by example. These guys, they had the fitness, but then, wow, 2 big runs from Ramsey, a third run from Ramsey, and that was a difference in my side, mate. It was, wow. Yeah, not the birthday wishes I wanted, but hey, it's a cliche. At the winner, Rugby League is definitely the winner on the day.
Yeah, and definitely not the stat that they're going to want to be after as well, having lost their last 5 grand final appearances in the Mount Albert Lions. But BJ, when we take a look at this Otahuhu side, they haven't been back to the grand final since 2011 against a very good Howick side that year, and then the year before that in 2010 was the last time they saw the Shield travel back to Bert Henham against, who would you guess, Mount Albert as well. So a long time between drinks for the Otahuhu Leopards, and whether there's any survivors in the side from that 2010 year or not, you've got to be happy to see 3 trophies going back to South Auckland this afternoon.
Yeah, that's right. My heart goes out to the club. What a fantastic day of grassroots footy. Look, some of those guys that are playing in this squad today were some of the younger juniors watching the 2010 Fox Memorial team lift that trophy up when Sema had lifted that trophy up for the team and Richie Blackmore was coaching that campaign. So some of those boys will be living the dream that they've always wanted, would be lifting that trophy and winning a Fox Memorial, because once you win a Fox, you always remember that. You're always a Fox Memorial championship winner. If you take a look at the stands, the fans have turned up, the faithful have turned up. Even have a look at the kids, that's Zion Taese there, and just great atmosphere here at Trust Stadium.
What an amazing afternoon it's been, not only with this Fox Memorial Grand Final, but with our other 2 Grand Finals as well, in the Sharman Cup and the Steel Shanks Women's Premiership. As we take a look at some of the stats for this afternoon, obviously an 8 points to 4 scoreline, and look at the amount of defence that Mount Albert had to do towards that back end of the second half. 22 tackles difference between the 2 sides as well. Otahuhu Leopards completed a lot better in that second half as well. 22 sets completed, when we took a look at it at the halftime break, BJ, they had only completed 8 sets, so great to see them completing the footy, and obviously it reaped the rewards for them in the end.
Yeah, that's correct. It was a game of about completing the sets. I talked about Tusa, those 4 Ps, and Otahuhu completing those 4 Ps. For the whole season, their campaign has been about completing those 4 Ps, undefeated.
We'll head down to Auckland Rugby League Chief Executive now, Dwayne Mann, to take us through the post-match presentations.
The Mount Albert captain or co-captains to come forward, say a few words while the players come through to receive their runners-up medals. Buddha, Dion, say a few words to the crowd, please.
Just our boys, we put an effort out there today. I'm super proud of our boys. We left it all on the line today. Thanks to everyone who's come out today, all the supporters, especially the Mount Albert supporters. And Otahuhu, he's definitely deserved this, brothers. He went the whole season undefeated. Super proud of you, obviously, and yeah, go again next game.
Thank you, and we'll ask Mount Albert, please come forward to receive your runner-up medals. Mount Albert, come through. And before I ask Jamal Hunt to come forward, to our player of the day, MVP of the Doug Price Memorial winner for Otahuhu, Sebastian Ikuhipo. Oh, where's Sebastian? Sebastian, where's Sebastian? Yeah. Seb. Yeah. Player of the day. Player of the day. And Captain Jamal Hunt.
Another awesome season. To the Mount boys, they seem for the three goals we had this year. Today we went right down to the wire, could have gone either way. I know your club's proud of you, we're proud of you, and we thank you for your efforts during the season. Also a big thanks to our club and the supporters that's been backing us all year. We really appreciate it, and we hope we did you guys proud. In terms of the club, we want to thank the old boys. Again, I don't want to name anyone because I know I'm going to miss people out, but probably an old boy in particular, and Bonds and the Come On family. We're sorry for your loss, and we're sending you all our love. And this one was for you, old Paul. So again to our supporters and our families for all the sacrifices and letting the boys come down Tuesday, Thursday night. I know it's a lot of time sacrifice to let your dads go, or your husbands and your partners. We appreciate you. We hope we did you guys proud. And also to our staff, our management. Again, I say it all the time, we got the easy job to come and play the ball around and have fun with our mates. But it's you guys that do all the hard work behind the scenes. And I will probably point out Tuss and Tans and little Tuss and Tyler and the Lafayette family. You guys have been doing a lot for us over the years. I don't want to miss you guys up. But yeah, I appreciate all your efforts there. And then last but not least, probably the lads. Again, I say it's all fun and games, but there's a bit of work that goes on Tuesday nights, Thursday nights, and Saturdays. A lot of mahi from the playing group. There's a lot of boys that have been plugging away for the last few years and turned down opportunities elsewhere to keep plugging away and play in our junior club and hopefully bring it on the Fox. And today we did it, and we're real proud. And and obviously to the returning juniors that come back to the club, that's how big time this year. We beat the event. And the three, I'm thinking of the three lads that are here, 2016, and Hana, CP, and Emiliano for the Shaman, and now they come back and won the Fox. So big effort from you guys. Appreciate it. But yeah, thanks again for all our supporters and everyone that's been backing us all this year. We love you again.
All right, and come forward, Otahuhu, to receive your grand final medals. Kelsey, come forward, come forward. Come forward, come forward, come forward.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is basically us as we wait for the Otahuhu Leopards to lift the Fox Memorial Shield. Nigel, your final thoughts on the day and how it played out?
Oh, look, full credit to all the teams today. You know, from the Shaman through to the ladies and then in the Fox. The games were all pretty close. It was an arm wrestle in this last one. And as I said, wow, Mount Albert, a young Lions team coming through. But Otahuhu, well deserved for their whole year, going undefeated. And a mixture of young fellas and experience. Yeah. Otahuhu enjoying all the fans coming in.
The Otahuhu Leopards getting their moment. "15 long years since the Shield has travelled back to Burhannon Park, and it's great to see the Fox Memorial Shield head back out to South Auckland. BJ, your final thoughts before we close off for the season?
Yeah, what a great season for Otahuhu. Undefeated, unmatched. And here they are celebrating with their whānau and their club. How good for the Otahuhu Leopards. They have made history and they are now the Fox Memorial champs. Proud Leopard, always a Leopard. And Mad Monday starts now. Congratulations to the club, the board, and all of the Otahuhu community that have got behind the team. This year has been a year for broadcasting. It's been great joining you guys every weekend, bringing you grassroots footy for Auckland Rugby League. This is my final sign-off. Thank you for having me. Over to you, Joey.
And that is us for another season of Auckland Rugby League. Thank you for tuning into Grassroots. We don't have a game without a lot of you guys involved in our sport. We will let Otahuhu Leopards enjoy their moment. Thank you again for tuning in. We'll see you again next year. What a matchup this is going to turn out to be.
Well, John, I know both clubs at the moment, you know, the people will be in the club rooms or in the stands. But, yeah, it's a rebuilding time for Mount Albert. But, hey, the young Lions are at a grand final, Joe.
The young Lions into the grand final, and we're underway. Paua Papuni Abbott's getting us. Goes to Fraser, who takes the line on, plays short to Thompson. Karina gets the offload away, but it doesn't quite go to hand. Careful, getting another carry, and he's probably already had about 5 in this first 10 minutes, so great to see him busy. Phoenix hunts at a dummy half. Gets close to the try line. Momentum doesn't quite get him over the line, and he loses possession of it there. 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's right. Both teams are playing it safe, looking at completing their sets, looking at big kicks as well. And there's another hit back in, but it's out.
And an early kick there from Whakatama. Back to Dion Fraser, who looks at his options. Plays short to Potimane, who's met by the blue wall. Doyle gets to an early kick in the set. Makaile throws it back.
Next half. Gumby
Fiao taking a carry. And nice to see he got a haircut after last weekend's semi-final, but might have come up with an injury on that one. And
it's been wet Drew all over it. So
all 3 games today with the Steve.
Birthday next week. Doyle strikes it. It looks good. This one out again, a massive win. Tavita kicks from dummy. Into the last tackle, Tavita finds Whakatamafi. They've got space out here. They find the space. Doesn't quite go to hand at dummy half. Gets a flick pass away to Tavita Makaile. Takes it eventually. Gets a flick pass offload away to Twice Ramsey, but the flag is up and it's Whakatamafi who puts it to the heavens. Tough one for I2 to take. Here we go! Elliot gets the offload away. He probably didn't need to. Tavita finds Whakatamafi, jinks off the left foot, gets the offload away. Those games where they're going to need to take this 8'9" and imagine what he could do with high heel. He's got some space. He finds Jerry Potu out on this left edge. Tries to run over the top of Nansen, but doesn't know if they're taking take. Twice Ramsey's through. He's found some space in the backfield. He's taking on John I2. Tries to go around him, but doesn't get away from him. And punts. Plays to Hakaraya. Plays short to his back row. Ike Ifo gets the offload away.
Here we go.
They punt one to Makaile. The touchline looks okay. Dior's out at dummy half. Hakaraya finds Ramsey through the middle of the field. He's broken through again. Ramsey will try to take on the fullback, but can't keep his footing. Andrew Nansen out the back. He breaks through the contact. Originally, Andrew Nansen nearly gets to the try line, but Tavita plays out the back to Hakaraya, who plays to Whakatamafi. Puts it through the hands of Tavita Makaile. Breaks through. Yes! Otahuhu, that time. Not so much put it to the skies on that occasion. Finds the grass. It doesn't quite go to hand of Thompson Karena. Lots of momentum here for Mount Albert now. And a massive hit. Goes to Papua New Everton. And the hooter sounds.
The ball's still
Who knows what we might see in this next passage. Hakaraya goes to ground.
Has he killed it? Is that it?
And that is it.